It's the 12th of May. Dancing with the Stars is back. The lineup has been announced. One of those stars is actor Ben Barrington, who's set to compete this year with his dance partner, Krystal Stuart. They both join me now. Ben, Krystal, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you here. So you would have heard, you were sitting over in the studio when I said that just no amount of money, I wouldn't do it for any amount of money because I just think I would just look like an ass. I don't think I'm up to it. Did that run through your mind?
Well, I did it for a small sum of money because I had none. And so...
But it's not just, for me, it would only be money. If I was really, really poor and they offered me a huge, huge amount of money, I would do it. But because I'd be so worried that I would make a fool of myself, so sure I would make a fool of myself, that's why it would only be for money. But you could do it for all kinds of things.
Well, things come full circle in show business, and it's much like when I was starting out as an actor and I was broken, and I found myself dancing all over town and all kinds of places for
literally for dollars.
For slightly less money than what I'm getting paid this time. So it's part of growing and developing, but it was a completely new challenge.
Okay,
it was something completely across the road from anything that I've ever done before.
Okay, and here's why. Because you are a professional actor. When you're on screen, your ability to act and your character is judged. This time you're not acting. This time it is Ben Barrington who's on screen.
Right. There's nowhere to hide out there on that dance stage, and so I now can't just get by with looking like I can dance.
Krystal, is it like a ballot in these things? Like they get the professional dancers in, and then they get the stars, and do they like ballot them? How does it work?
No, I think there's a lot of different aspects that go into it. Definitely personality match. I think this time has been a major. We're all very well matched with our like types.
Because I sort of look at Ben together, and I would say, because I've looked at the lineup, right, and I would say that you have lucked out.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes. Considering my former dance partners, which were probably on the more challenging side, I think I definitely have.
What are the sort of attributes that Ben has that you think might play into his hands?
Definitely, well, for me, being a lot taller than me, obviously, creates that man-woman aspect. Also, obviously, a bit more athletic.
So he's like the opposite to Rodney Hyde, really, isn't he?
Yes.
But you look at this, and this is what you're doing.
Where are you going now?
Look at this commanding height.
Yeah.
Yes.
And these long, milky limbs, and you'd think to yourself, that's going to be some kind of instrument of magic out there on the dance stage.
Yeah.
It's
don't make the mistake of talking yourself up.
It's not going to be. If I put together a dance crew, it'd be me and Don Brash.
Yeah.
Len Brown. Bill Gates.
Don Brash will make you look good. That's definite. But you look strong. You look like the sort of person who could actually not drop a woman.
Yes.
Hopefully. I won't drop a woman.
Okay. How hard is it going to be? You're fit already. Does Ben have an idea yet, Krystal, how hard this is going to be?
Yes and no. We try to ease them into it a little, so that it's not too much of a shock. But we start off with a few hours and then we build up to kind of full days. So.
What's a full day like? Like when you're getting towards the end of the competition, which I suspect you will, because I've looked at the people you're up against, Ben. When you get towards the end of the competition, what sort of, this is your whole life's work at that point, isn't it?
Absolutely, definitely. You literally eat, breathe, kind of live the dance life. So he becomes a professional dancer. Okay,
you will have had a look at the list of dancers and stars that you're up against, Ben. Who's your biggest threat, do you think?
You know what? And in all seriousness, it is really hard to tell who was going to be good, because there are athletes there. Yeah. There are some people who you might say they're not athletes, but they've got enormous heart and dedication and personality, which is a part of the competition, of course.
Yeah, true.
Honestly, looking at them all last night on Backstage at X Factor, it's really hard to tell who's going to be good.
Am I far off the mark if I were to say final two, you and Pam Corkery? Is she a threat?
Depends. They're all a threat. Pam Corkery at this point is a huge threat.
She's an unknown quantity.
She's a dark horse.
Is she an unknown quantity? Yeah. Krystal,
they go away into a secret lair for 3 weeks, and
they
who
come
knows?
Out.
Believe you me, it's going to take more than 3 weeks. Krystal, Ben, which is his dance, do you think? Which is the one that he will be able to excel in from what you know now?
Well, because of call them his albatross arms that he has. I think he's going to look beautiful on the ballroom floor because he's going to have kind of be able to move and have that kind of the posture.
And he's statuesque. That will look great. That'll look great. Yeah. All right, it would be quite good if we could get you in every now and then. During this monolithic thing that you've got yourself involved in. Yeah, in your cast, we'll bring you in a wheelchair. Ben Barrington and Krystal Stuart, thank you both very much for coming in. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Take care and good luck.